Hey, it's Ken Gagne of the YouTube channel Gamebits, here to continue my Let's Play of The First Tree on the Nintendo Switch. The previous 3 chapters seem to have been winter, spring, and summer, so I'm wondering if this is now going to be...
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost.
Okay, this is not fall.
Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Okay, so that is the horizon. It does come up... Oh! Now I'm approaching Superman's Fortress of Solitude. That's exciting. See, there is still a run button, so that still works. To be honest, it's been like 3 weeks since I last played this, even though all these videos are going up simultaneously. No time gap for you, lots of time gap for me. Funny how the internet works. Okay, I'm approaching the light at the end of the tunnel, and it is a deer. Am I playing Life is Strange all of a sudden?
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home. And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
And you never did. Good job. Because, you know, people can't fly, and neither can foxes or pigs. We keep trying, you know, as little kids, like we strap on paper, construction paper wings, and we're like, nobody's ever thought of this before, I'll be the first. And, well, how'd that turn out? With a broken leg. No, actually, I'm not speaking from experience.
I think we both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
I remember wanting to make friends with the squirrels and trying to, like, get them to feed out of my hand, and I thought it was a matter of trust. Like, why can't the squirrel trust me? Why is it so prejudiced against all humans? Not all humans want to kill squirrels. Most, actually.
I think my dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way. Except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you.
So they've known each other since college. They're now presumably a couple, and she's just now saying, have I ever told you about my dad? Really? Like, this has not come up in their relationship previously? Is this just not a couple that talks about difficult subjects or emotions? Is communication not one of the pillars of this relationship? I mean, if you have to dream about a fox to get the tough stuff out, then whatever works for you, but I feel like it should have come up by now.
Life got worse and worse, and at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words.
Well, not in mixed company, anyway. Huh. I'm a flying fox. Oh wait, they can't fly. We already went over that. But that is some cool skyline and a nice reflection. So, props to those effects. I wish there was so little light pollution where I live that I could see a sky like that. Am I ever going to catch that deer? Oh my god. Max.
I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike. I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
Really? That's how you went into foster care, was getting a bicycle and riding away from your dad? I don't think it's that easy. Odds are they would have just brought you back to your dad. Oh. What if I didn't go that way?
You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Huh.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns and mist, but it always leads to the same thing.
Pain, misery, and death.
And what's that?
Oh. Oh, right. Family.
I'm so glad that you're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part
Aw.
of mine.
In a traditional nuclear family, your spouse is the only family you can choose. Oh, again with the sparkles. So do you need to be a good son to be a good dad, or a good child to be a good parent? Well, I think that's sort of a loaded question, because whose responsibility is it that you be a good child? I mean, that falls to the parent, right? Like, to a large degree, I would think. Oh, look at all the deer, I found them. They were all running away from me, and now they're staying put. They're not afraid of no fox. Fox busters. Oh, come back. We can play together. Oh, I can't jump. I was really trying to jump onto this thing. This thing being a bug. Hi. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Wow. I've never seen so many deer in one place in the wild. I mean, usually I see them in groups of several deer, but... Also, when did I become Jesus-like in my ability to walk on water? You'll notice I was very careful to add the hyphen "like" to that sentence so as to not offend. They're together. I want to be part of this family. Boom. Alright, well, this is not the family for me. I am not a good son to these deer. So I'm just going to keep looking for my family. Wherever they may be, if that is in fact my goal. Oh, I'm sort of getting the sense that everybody I care about, except Rachel, is not in my life anymore. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to find. But I keep looking. Looking for something more. Alright. Huh. So I occasionally forget the name of this game. It's The First Tree. But earlier today, somebody asked me, what game you playing nowadays? And I said, The Last Fox. I mean, yeah, it kind of feels that way, right? There are no other foxes in this game. None living anyway. And I really haven't found the first tree. I found a lot of trees. You can see them right there. But, I mean, none of them are really title-worthy. So why is it called The First Tree? This is a tedious part of the game, just climbing. I did plenty of that last month when I was at Yosemite. A month ago today, on May 5th, I was doing the 4-mile trail up to Glacier Point, and I hurt my knee. Going up, usually it's the down that hurts the knee. But I have since been seeing a chiropractor and a massage therapist, and I've been cycling, and all 3 of those things seem to have helped. And finally, a month later, today, June 5th, my knee feels pretty darn good. I was afraid I was getting to the age where just everything hurts permanently. Oh, can I double jump? Is that what I'm not doing wrong? Oh, I forgot about that. Double jumps. It's not something you think a fox would do. I mean, if I was the knight from Ghosts and Goblins, what was his name? Sir Arthur? Then sure, double jumps. I remember the first time my brother saw me playing that game, and he said, "How do you know where they are?" And I said, "How do I know where what are?" He said, "The invisible platforms." I said, "What invisible platforms?" He said, "The ones that you're jumping off." I was like, "Oh, let me introduce you to the concept of a double jump." And that is that chapter. Stay tuned.